Caden, hi there once again, and we're going to have a look at this property in 21 Glenmore Drive, M35. So let's get into it. And I'm going to share a screen, and here we go. Right, now I'm going to go through the sales particulars and then we get into the details. So the first thing off the bat is this is a reasonably modern house. It looks like 1950s, I would say.
Yeah, 50s.
Possibly 60s.
It's at
60s?
Between 50 and 66. So yeah,
okay.
It's around 60.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Yeah.
So it's got cavity walls, you can tell by the brickwork. It's got these nice concrete tiles. They're good, they last a really long time, and whilst they don't look so pretty, they're effective. It's got this brown effect UPVC double glazing. It looks like it's in reasonably good order, and it's obviously got this clay tile thing, and all those clay tiles look good. And here we are here. So this is, how many square meters is this?
It should be
it's
around
quite small,
6.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it should be around 64. 63, 64.
Yeah, nice wooden flooring. So it's got the laminate flooring, but it's the more deluxe one. So the really cheap laminate flooring doesn't have little grooves. This does. So it's a little bit above average. Nice feature fireplace. I'm not so sure about having a TV perched up there. That doesn't really work, but anyway, whatever. And right, double glazing looks okay. I'm looking for misting and condensation in the double glazing, and that looks fine. The next thing is, I must say that's quite a nice little room. It's nicely decorated, nice furniture. The kitchen looks good. Photography is a bit not great, but hey. Good photography. They use algorithms to make the light pop everywhere, so it looks prettier, but that's okay for us. So again, nicely featured, and coving good, nice. Ceilings good. Kitchen looks nice. Looks like a reasonably good kitchen, although it's a bit worn and scuffed in places. No, maybe that's not the case. I think that's got a rounded edge on the corner. I think that's what's going on. Anyway, nice. And I'm sure in real life it looks a little more tired than it does here, but overall, if one was just buying this to let it out, I think this kitchen's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
gas hob,
fridge.
probably vinyl flooring, I'm not sure. And then you've got obviously the dining room, and the ceiling looks good. No signs of damp anywhere. It all looks good. I don't love this layout. I think there's quite a lot of redundant space here. But anyway, that's a modern bathroom. So that was probably put in the last 10 years. Double glazing looks good. You know, all the fundamentals here are good. And nicely done fitted wardrobes. It's a really good idea in a small footprint. And Martin, whilst I'm talking away, could you find another property nearby that has a similar footprint? And maybe we can look at the floor plan for that.
Yeah, I find that early, and I will go also for the listing for this, and it's renovated.
Oh, right. So you might be able to find some historic listings and stuff.
Yeah,
all right. So we've got this feature wallpaper. Arguably, you would take that out. But the trouble with that is that you rip this off, then you have to repaint the wall. Well, it's not just repainting. You have to scrape the wall down because this peels off the paint, which is a bit irritating. So one might just leave it there. I'm not sure. Carpets are good. And
it should have, on the previous listing, it have a loft room. On this listing, it doesn't have loft room.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, we'll have a look at that in a minute. And here we are here. Nice backyard. Yeah, that looks like a Velux window. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, let's just see if I can see the historic. Yeah, do you want to go?
Yeah.
You share screen.
Yeah, I want to say that, yeah, it looks like it have, here it is. So we'll see from the view.
So we're looking at the previous.
No, this is the one now, and this is the previous. Yeah, this is the previous. This is the previous. You can see it have. I think it doesn't cover the fire regulate, so I don't know what's going on. We need to see on the viewer.
It
Yeah,
won't have fire regulations.
yeah, and
So I think that's the issue. It's
the,
just you know,
the
no good
kitchen
fire
looks.
regs.
And compared to the kitchen, I just want to be sure. Did they renovate it?
Same
I
one.
think. Yeah, I think it's same one.
No, I
Just
don't think
the
they.
fridge. The bathroom is the same, but the flooring look like it's maybe changed. But yeah, the property
When was
is
this on the market last?
14, but it's painted, redecorated, new carpets, so new bed compared to now. So yeah, it's renovated. People care about the property, so that's important. Like this was 7 years ago, 8. So yeah, this room is small, as you can see. They use it as a kids room, but yeah, you can see but you can fit
Okay, so
bathrooms.
the real question, the question is, what's that loft room worth in extra rent?
In extra rent, not really, but it's worth because people know that it will rent much faster the property, and people who works from home, they will love this room for study rooms.
And is there a floor plan on the previous?
Yeah, previous is here it is.
Okay, this is helpful.
Yeah, because you can see, yeah, this is the same tiny small room, third bedroom. This you can fit two double beds. Here
The
is
issue with the box room is that it may be boxed out, so it can't actually fit a double bed in. So what the estate agents often do is they kind of don't quite show you that. They might take a photograph. They might take a photograph in such a way that you don't see the boxing.
Here is the other bedroom,
So
so
that's the
you
bigger
can.
one, and then you've got which is the third bedroom. Oh, you can see it there. No, if you go
No, no.
back, if you go
Here it
back,
is. Here it is.
so that's the second big one. But if you go back, I just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can
No,
see
see there, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. Right. So the issue with this room is that it may not fit a single bed. We need to have a look at the floor plan. But that box is basically the boxing in where the staircase goes up. And
Yeah, but
you see this quite often.
yeah, but as we spoke with Leila, I think it will not be issue to rent it as a three bedrooms because a lot of young professionals love to have a study room, and plus you have a loft room, so we will see in the viewer. So we will not have issue to rent it out. So
Can you go back to the floor plan again?
But this other property, yeah, it should be
Yeah, so
small.
what's that? It's 1.7, so it's 2 meters long, 1.75. It's just slightly too narrow to fit a bed across. That's the issue.
Yeah. But anyway, it's bedroom, so you can rent it out. I don't see any issue with that. It's small house, so that's normal thing. Okay,
if I was designing it, I just wouldn't have designed it that way. I would have taken a little bit of space out of bedroom 1, shifted the staircase forward a little bit, and then it would have made bedroom 3 actually usable.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. Now let's get into the capital growth stuff and demographics and so on. All right, it's close to the motorway. So, but it's not a huge problem. There's quite a lot between the motorway and here.
But
So
the
lots of
property is little
houses.
bit left. It's a little bit on the
So it's
left.
somewhere over here.
No, left more. I will show you later.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
it's not the issue.
Yeah, it's not an issue, as you say. And this looks like an old railway track or something. There was something there. I don't know, whatever, but it's fine. All right, let's do crime and demographics. Very low crime, typical kind of suburban crime levels, which is very low. 1 crime a month, roughly, for that road. And in respect to the demographics do shift a little bit over time. This is from 2011. And areas don't really change very much, but people change in areas. So in other words, they get better off, they move out. They get worse off, they move out. And anyway, so quite a low proportion of rented. That's typical, really, for this kind of area. So it's a middle class, middle aged family area, broadly speaking. And if we look at the growth, it's stellar. So in the run up to now, I'm just going to just do this again. I know you're familiar with it, but I'm just going to refresh your memory. 8 property cycles, possibly 9 if you count that. And that was World War I, and now we're on number 9, and we're in the boom phase. And so that's context. And we're 2003 to 2008 is equivalent to where we are now. And this area grew by 95% in real terms. Now, most of that was down to declining interest rates, and therefore people could gear up more. But still, relatively speaking, it was a very strong growing area. And it crashed fairly hard, and it's now 11% above where it was at the peak of the market. So this is a really important thing. So if you imagine the last peak here in 2008, roughly, that's your spot, and it's above that, which is an important point. So what it means is that this has grown a hell of a lot over the last number of years, but this is typical of kind of Manchester and Greater Manchester. It's just that city is just so strong, and so much growth since 2013, 63% in real terms, 36% over the last 3 years. It's huge. And then the question is that going to continue? Well, I think when you think about where it's priced at, there'll be a lot of competition for this property. It'll probably go for 190 to 195, I suppose, because it's a good house with the loft room. And what would this do over the next 3-5 years? Well, let's have a look. So this is already one of the strongest growing areas in the country. There are only 3% of areas that are stronger than that. And my prediction is that it'll go up. Now, bear in mind, this is postcode district data, so it averages out the whole area. But if you look at this little patch, it's so strong. Yeah. And what's interesting about this is it's strong. Usually what happens in areas that just have ridiculous growth are that they are ex-local authority, and they get sold off cheap to people, and then they resell them at a huge margin, and that distorts the figures. But there's actually very little local authority housing around here. This is just somewhere people really want to live, and they're competing hard to live here, and that's driving up the prices. So it's really kind of exceptional. And the postcode district level data says that it's gone up by 19%. So based on this is a rough cut thing. I definitely see it going up. I see 5% annualized inflation for a number of years, so an average 5%. And therefore, let's say 4 years' time, which is where I see the peak, then we've got 20%, that's 40%. And we said 179, let's say 190 multiplied by 1.4. Yeah, I definitely see nice houses like this bumping up to 250 at least 250. So that's that. Over to you, Martin.
But we didn't go through the Uber videos.
Oh yeah, sorry. I got all excited about capital growth, and we need to see the Uber videos. Sorry.
It's okay. But we talk about the comparables and so on about but we need to check.
Sorry, we're a bit out of sync here. And nice, and
yeah, the house looked really nice. I don't see like a serious dump. Yeah, this is like rainy day, so
yeah, nice.
Welcome to England.
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I would say, that is a very good front door. It's a new one, and the flooring is done nicely. That is a
nice one.
Fuse board. I presume it's up to modern standards. It looks like it probably is. So it's an artsy thing, and just it's a good thing. Nice switches. Slightly above economy. Double glazing looks good. Very clean. No mold in the corners. This
Really
is
nice.
very clean.
Yeah, and I like
this little house. I've got to say, it's nice.
Yeah, and I think it's and I like when the people, the viewers guys point this important, like the corners of the house, because we not really care about what kind of garnish, what kind of I mean chairs it have. The kitchen is reasonable.
Oh, that vinyl needs replacing. So I'll just show you, go back here. If you look there, right, so that's an issue. See, there's some undulations and stuff. So the substrate isn't quite right, and that just needs to be pulled up and sorted out. Now, the thing is, if there was damp, if there was damp creeping up here, then I'd be worried. But this is just substrate that's not right. It's a minor issue to sort out. It's just a thing. So you'd roll back the vinyl, sort out the substrate, roll the vinyl back onto it. So you wouldn't even have to change the vinyl, which is good. Gas hob, as far as I can see. Reused, actually quite a modern boiler.
We'll see. He will go on the right side. So we're gonna see what's going on. The kitchen is small but nice organized. Oh.
Yeah, it's all good. The brickwork looks nice. You know, it's all, Caden, it's all these little things. They all add up. Now, the one thing I don't like about this house is this wasted space in this room. It's not a big house, and yet this room does nothing. No one uses that dining room, I bet. I bet they're all like kitchen dinners on their lap. Yeah, that just needs sorting out. But basically, this is wasted space, this room, which is a disappointment. You know, for a property so small, where they've tried to just crank in that third bedroom with a bit of readjustment, that little bedroom could have worked. Quite a lot of surface water there. But the grass doesn't look too boggy. You know, you can kind of tell by the type of grass, and it looks okay.
Yeah, but that's extension, and I'm not sure that the property, the extension is calculated in the lunchroom, basically, where they have the table and the chairs. Basically, that's extended. And
what they should have done.
And it's not included in the size of the property.
I think arguably what they should have done was make the extension the kitchen, and then the middle room would have been opened out, and then you would have had a much bigger family room, let's say.
Yeah, but I guess it was more expensive for them to move all the kitchen, so that's why they keep it there. It's weird, but it's still okay in my case. Yeah, the roof looks nice. So.
And the brickwork is good. The pointing is good. It's in very good condition overall.
Yeah, so that's why they're asking 180. I will speak about it shortly.
Access to the rear. Nice suburban road. Decent cars. That's good. Decent cars means people have got a bit of money.
Yeah, it's not a poor area.
Yeah, that all looks nice. And got anything else here to look at? Oh, let's go upstairs. Nice carpets. I like that where they expose the edges. Nice.
I don't see any serious issue with this property. Basically, there's just the flooring in the kitchen, just little part. Okay.
There's our loft room. Hopefully he'll just take a little exercise and climb that ladder and show us what's going on.
Nice bathroom.
Yeah. It is actually a nice bathroom suite and a nice bathroom. It's tastefully done, this property. And there's our double bed in the second bedroom.
That's nice.
With the desk. That's very good. It's perfectly sized for you know, a teenager or whoever. And what do they got here? Oh, that's interesting. So that's a
extension.
bitumen roof, I think. Not sure. Okay, it all looks really tidy. And here we go, master bedroom, or the main bedroom. And again, all as per expectation, nicely done. Double glazing's all good throughout. Okay, this is the mystery room. for me. So you can't get a double bed you can't get a single bed in there, can you?
If it's 2 meters, yes, you can, but it will be.
But this isn't 2 meters. Would you squeeze a bed in there? So it's just 1.7 something. So it's not wide enough for a bed, and it's not long enough for a bed when you factor in the box. The way you'd have to do it is you'd have to have an elevated bed. So you can see here, you would simply have to create some sort of framework which would extend from that boxing, and then you'd have your bed on top of it. So you'd have to climb up into the bed. It'd be like a bunk bed.
Yeah, usually, but that's how most of the property in UK are, with these small bedrooms. I don't see any issues with this house. Even I don't need, you don't, okay, perfect.
Oh, let's see what's going on up here. Come on, up you go.
Perfect. Storage room, study room.
Yeah. So they're using it as storage. That's a very usable room as well, and it's been well insulated. You can kind of tell because of the thickness of the thing.
And this is not included in the floor plan. I mean, in the floor size. And this is really nice. People will love this. Everyone, because they will have study room, they will have storage room. So,
yes, exactly. It's a great.
This property will rent so fast.
So, okay, I'm going to do a thing which I meant to do last time, which is deal score. We're going to just add in the scores for this place.
Okay, I will share my screen until you.
Yeah, I'll faff around. Yeah, you go.
Okay, so the location, as you can see here, is the extension. So I think in the floor plan they didn't include that. So I think the property is larger because it's look larger. It's not possible 3 bedrooms and extension to be only 63 meters square. Yeah, and as you know, you have like a small gardens. You have a really good access to the highway. You're not far away from the stores here. So yeah, you have schools. Yeah, the location is like really nice. It will not be noisy because of the highway, because it's enough. You have trees, you have houses, and so on. It's too much far away to have any kind of noise, in my point. So yeah, as you can see, this is the roof. Looks really nice. The brickworks look really good as well. This is 2019, the photo. Yeah, so I really like the house. And in 2009, I will just back in time, just you'll see the roof. They didn't change the roof, even then it was nice. So I will be not worried about
So Martin, can I just pause you there for a moment? Can we just, I'm going to bounce back here, just quickly add up the scores so far. So for condition, I think it's a 4.2. There are a couple of minor issues, but it's just really tidy. Yeah. Location, we haven't done that. Yeah, it's crime. It's a 4 all day long. It's very low crime. The area, what do we say about we haven't quite done that. The demographics are actually quite good. I'd go 4.1 on that. Will it sell quickly? Oh, yes, it will. And I'd go 4.2. Will it rent? Oh, yes, it will. And is it the right price?
We'll talk later.
3.3 yeah, we'll get into that. Will it yield? Will it be a great yield? Well, let's talk about growth. I think it's a 4.4 on capital growth. I think it's one of the strongest.
Yeah.
It's just a very strong area. Okay, that's where we're up to so far. Back to you, Martin.
Yeah, I just finished with the location. It's really nice. So you can add the score for location. I will set it 4 to 5 because the location. Look, just because of the highway. If the highway wasn't that cool, because you have a lot of stores around, not really close. It's not central, but for this kind of location, it's really nice. So I will give 4.2 at least. So.
Okay.
And globally, the area with the demographics and communities and so on, it's also like 4. So it's not the best.
On to price and yield next, and then
I just want. This is, I will send you this listing. This is the floor plan, and our property have extension here, huge extension. So it must be more than 63. The year of build of the property is recent. It's not really old house. Like, and EPC is D, and it's made for the EPC is made 10 years ago, and I just want to see something. Did they have this extension to the house? Just wondering.
I think they probably did. I can't imagine it's
No,
yeah,
yes.
that's the original.
Hmm.
And actually, that's a better use for it. Just have a little sofa in there, and you can have a little corner to yourself.
Yeah. Okay, and I will go with yeah. So there is no flaw because this property is on this street. There is no mine issues, and yeah, the surface water is very low. The rivers and the sea is very low risk, so you don't need to be worried about it. And comparables. As you can see, this one 82.5, it's asking same type of house, everything is the same, just more, I can say maybe more modern. So yeah, but as you can see, this is more tidied up, and you can see that what they do with the smaller bedroom. So but this property doesn't have loft room, so usually the loft room like this not really useful, like not officially, but it increased the property at least 5k. So 180, this kind of property. So you can see this is like similar condition. As you can see how they fit the bed. This kind of bed, kids bed. So yeah, similar type of condition. You can see 180. And I don't know how much in May, 175 sold history price, and after the reselling in December, I guess they renovated and they were selling. So for 180, I think this is our property. And after that is not same type of properties, just like older, so that's why it's cheaper. So my suggestion, I think the asking price is okay, but yeah, because it have loft room, so people will, especially homeowners, will fight for it. So I will not be surprised if it go up to 195, but I think I will not.
So let's get a yield number on that then.
Yeah, it will rent for 850. So let's say like you need to spend 2k to renovate, just saying in this guy, and you need to pay 192, the maximum. I will not pay more than 192, so 195 with all the renovation. So this will give you 5.2% yield, and that's tiny. But yeah, but the property will have huge capital growth, and I will just show you the rents, so you can have. Like you can see here is like terrace house selling for 900, because if we ask our man, it will rent for 875, maybe even.
Yeah. Oops, I think it's. Okay, everything's just stopped.
And this is 2019. Okay, so yeah, I think it will rent more than 8. I think it will rent more than 850 at least, because this is 2019 when it was rent.
So you're looking at, say, if you assume the ask goes to 190, then you're looking at a yield of 5.3, 5.4, that kind of thing.
Yeah, 5.3, 5.2. So I think.
All right, well, let's do scores on the doors, as it were. I'm just going to share my screen again. And I think for price, it's a bit on the, it's as ever, it's like.
I will give 3.5 on the yield and the price.
It's not a great, well, in a way, it's a good deal, because what's probably happening is that people don't really realize there's a loft room. And so it probably hasn't had quite the attention that it would have had otherwise had they advertised the loft room. The yield is so-so. It's borderline okay. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I will do the same. Yeah, because it's, yeah.
Yeah, it's very close to the 4. So we have as a general rule, we say that if it hits a 4, then it's good. Genuinely a hot deal. And this is somewhere, it's kind of somewhere in that zone. It's solid. It's a very solid acquisition, but you're in it for the capital gain. And it's just a nice family house that will rent out easily for years. You'll have very few void periods, because people just want to settle down and make it their home and just be undisturbed. So at 5.3, assuming it's foreign national borrowing and all that, it'll be break even with a little bit of profit. But as you see, it's all in the capital gain on this. So really, this is totally different to the crew property, oddly enough. It's like the other end of the spectrum. But the reality is, if you do your numbers on capital gain, you'll see that you'll actually make some seriously good money out of it, because you can draw down the capital gain when you refinance. So assuming you just keep the property in perpetuity, which is presumably what you want to do, then the money, we can run calculations if you want, or you can play around with our calculator. You can see the numbers. Anyway, it's a nice property. Could be yielding a little higher, but it's a nice property.
Yeah.
What's your final say on it?
Yeah, I think not more than 192.5. 195, it will be too much, I think. That's my opinion. But I think if we can secure for 187, it will be a good deal. Really good deal.
All right. Well, let us know what you want to do. All right, Caden. Thank you.
Thank you.